Hello, hello, hello. Okay, well, apparently that's on. Hey, Bit. Hey, President. What's up? I am trying something new today. We're gonna just try all the things. All right. I think I can be heard and such. Let's go to this one. There we go. Hey y'all, how's it going? Today we are trying new things. Sweet. Awesome. Yeah, can be heard, I think. I think there's gonna be a little bit of a delay. I'm trying this like restream thing here. I realize I have a lot of people here on Twitch. So I'm on Twitch and YouTube right now. I have a lot of people on, I don't think I'm supposed to say whatever. I have a lot of people on Twitch. Twitch recently lifted the like cross streaming thing for affiliate, so I figured why not give it a try. I did start a new YouTube channel specifically for live streaming because I was just going to stream to YouTube itself, but then I was like, nah, I'll stream on Twitch also, like trying it out after a couple weeks of streaming on YouTube. With that being said, I am going on vacation. Like, I will not be streaming next week, so I started Twitch to not do it in a week, but I'll do it the week after. I'm trying to stream every Friday at about this time, so definitely feel free, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. We are so live on both. The last couple weeks I've been working on the coffee tracking app. If you've been around for a while, you kind of know I have a thing for coffee. On top of that, I built like a coffee tracking app, like buying app, like a couple years ago. So I am working on rewriting that, bringing it up to, I just wanted to completely rewrite it. I really like rewriting versus refactoring. I apparently like to just cause myself pain and completely start from scratch. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to do a recap as to like where we are and such on this. That way we can all be on the same page. Because like I said, I started this like a couple weeks ago. And you can catch all of those on my YouTube channel at HeyJCodes, for like the live streams if you're curious. But here we go. So right now you can just add the coffee, view, we can view the coffee row style, stuff like that. Also, we can add in a new one. Oops, Starbucks, Verinda, whatever. Website, let's just say starbucks.com. Dark row save. Cool. And it'll go take you to the website. All that good stuff. So today what we're going to be working on, what I'll be working on and, you know, chatting along with is adding a roaster to this. Cause right now these are just beans. So different beans that the user can have anyway, coffee roasters, roast beans. So these are just the log of the roasters of the beans. So I need to be able to log the roaster itself. So, Starbucks would be a roaster. In this case, Stumptown is the roaster for Holler Mountain. There's lots and lots of them. So we need to be able to add a roaster and not just beans, because that would be something really good to have here. And I think I did the detail form good enough. You know, click here, you see the details. So next would be getting the roaster in. This is open, so if you want to like follow along with what's being worked on, feel free. I'll drop the link here. So yeah, feel free to always follow along to the open source stuff. The details, the issues aren't that greatly written, but if you are interested in working on it, on an issue, definitely let me know, and I can figure out how to mark that up better. So yeah, so we're gonna do the roaster part here. Hey, Dobby, please don't. Thank you. Would it even be a J stream if I did not ask the dog to stop? Probably not. All right. We have app. So where were we? Let's look at the commit history just to see where we were. What did I last do? Add and view beans. Oh, yeah, that's Dobby. He is he's one of 2 dogs. He's the black one. I have a corgi and then a dachshund mix. The corgi mix is orange, red, whatever you want to call him. His name is Thorgy. And then Dobby is the dachshund mix, and he's black, with a little poof of white. But yeah, the dog. Usually, I'm getting onto cats, so that would make sense that you haven't heard the dog's name before. Yeah, so Dobby and Thorgy are the dogs. The cats are Sydney and Cairo. Went for city themes for the cats, and the dogs get the pop culture names. Yep, exactly, as in the house elf. Would I even be a millennial if I did not have a Harry Potter obsession of some kind? Probably not. Probably not. Exactly. All right, so let's get the roaster done. It looks like I've been doing beans like this. Cool. Oh, I also wanted to check what was the last thing I did here? Like in Git itself. Nothing to commit, working from a clean tree. Did that get merged though? Because this was... Oh yeah, so the beans detail list view. What was the show coffee detail view? Sorry, I'm trying to see. I don't think I did that as a pull request yet. No, that was 2 weeks ago. Okay, let's... I think honestly, like there's not much more to that detail view until we get roasters in. So let's go ahead and create that PR. I should have done that last week also. I did a really bad hygiene of not being on on a new branch. But yeah, what's up with y'all? How's it been? I just gave y'all a good little recap. Oh. Let's go into GitHub. Yeah, these are because I didn't do this correctly. Oh, COVID is definitely not fun. Yeah, I understand. Hopefully, though, you're taking weeks to feel normal again. Hopefully those weeks speed up pretty quickly. You know, I think that's honestly what I've heard the most from people is like being able to, is like the taste and the smell is what takes the most to get back, which is wild. Not doing much for a bit. Yep. GH. All right, so let's, I personally don't like rebasing on the, I don't like rebasing in the, whatever it's called. What's it called? I don't like rebasing in the terminal because if there are conflicts, it's awful. So the more times you need it, the better it is, basically. The more times you get it, the less you feel. I understand, but like, ugh. I wish we were just all a little better though. Rebase, submit. Yeah, I know there's conflicts. Let's resolve these. Discard that. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, totally can. I'm guessing, I say yes. I don't know if I actually can zoom in more than this. Let's see. We'll zoom in for this much for right now, and then once I get coding, it'll be better. I wonder if I can, oops, go back. Hold on. Can I just, yes, Command Plus is not working. I love it. Can I zoom in more? No, I cannot. All right, that's what I got for right now. Once I get coding, it'll be better. Sorry about that, y'all. I just want to, I don't even know what there shouldn't be anything here. That should be literally the same. I guess we'll take form list view. Well, one was modified on the 1243. I don't think it's gonna matter. This one will matter more. Merge and fork. We want the one on the right. Resolve, new bean, merge and fork, and probably want main here as well. Resolve. Choose main. Whatever happens is going to happen. Didn't I just choose these? I personally hate rebasing. I always feel like I'm gonna do something wrong. Resolve. Continue. Okay, so that one we definitely want here, right? These look the same. root view. See, this is where I'm like, I really feel like I'm gonna like fail something at, oh, it's the formatting. Want that one. We're just gonna choose from main. Yeah, I shouldn't. Yeah, I probably should have just merged. We're just gonna choose from main. I think it's all gonna be fine. It's because I'm using an older branch and I didn't do the new branch basically, and it's causing issues even though there's, because it's, yeah. Continue, great. Let's push, force push. Yeah, and that's what I should have done. All right, let's see. These are going to force push and get that in there. Luckily, I'm the only one so far on this project, so if I mess up the Git history, it's a-okay. And also, everything's just going to be squashed and merged anyway. Let's just do it. Cool. Now that that's on main, let's go check out main. Git checkout -b. We're gonna call this roaster form. Cool. All right. This is like the downside of what I did earlier with my screen. Hold up one sec. And I'm just a little rusty, but it'll be okay. Let's see if that'll... All right, that'll be good enough. And then I'm gonna lock that. If I need to increase size for the text, like let me know. But oh no, the lock did not work. There we go. All right, the code window can be read. That's like honestly the most important window. And we can probably, and I can work on some other things as well, but that's probably the most important one. All right. Let's add a new package here. Library, roaster. I'm actually not too sure. I want to, we'll figure it out. I was just thinking of like beans and roaster, like separating them out. Like, is that necessary to separate it out? Probably not. Because like, yes, they are two data models, but they're very closely tied together. So like the beans, like to have a bean, you technically should have a roaster. So they should be really like tightly coupled. So like I would think that there's not very many features that you won't tie back into each other. Thinking about like separating them out into like this micro app architecture. So I think I'll probably leave it as a separate package. I'm not sure it'll stay like that though. I'm like a little bit of a doubting that it needs to be that separated out. Let's call it roasters. And then it's all gonna be like, there's nothing here for a roaster. And I'm gonna be like, yeah, no. Let's add a new folder. Roasters. Roaster. New roaster view. What we'll call this. Why? I probably need to rebuild or something's wrong. What are we up? So what's upset about? Roaster depends on roasters. Oh. Okay, well, what's going on there? Why is it cyclical reference? Oh, because I put it as a dependency. That would be why. Probably we'll have to make a model for the roaster, so it will depend on the roast models. And that should now allow me to build here. Just a quick making sure the canvas works before we head off to figure out what all data types are going to be in the roaster. Sweet. Awesome. All right, so this is the bean data type. ID, name, website. I feel like we're going to actually end up with most of that being the same anyway. Let's do new file. Roaster. Whoops. So we will definitely have a UUID. Please make it public. Thank you. Public var name. What else would we need? Website, I guess. This would be like an optional though. And at some point, not some point, but like there's going to also be a way to check your beans. So var beans, bean, right? So like there is a relationship from the bean to the roaster. I wonder if this should just be like, right now it's a bean, an actual bean itself. But when we start data modeling, like in the database, which I haven't thought about yet. I was previously using core data. I could go back to core data, so not an issue there. But like, I could have fun in Swift data. I could do something completely different. But in the database, should this be IDs? So like I feel like it should be IDs somehow related. If we're talking about like switching to Firebase, maybe the record of the bean would just live inside this. But that's something to think about at some point. So we have a relationship to bean. Let's do a extension. Roaster. Public static. Let mock equals, or yeah. Name. Stumptown. Coffee. Website. I don't actually know their website. I could go get it. Let's just put the mock bean there because I know it is. All right. So we have this roaster here. So now we can go make the new roast view. I guess we could have done that without. But now that we know what data we need right here, we'll just make a new roast view, which I think is going to be actually pretty similar to the new bean view. let's see. At state, private var, new roaster. And let's import models. We have not. So again, something I always forget when doing this is that the initializers on the structs have to be public. So we have the ID, name, string, beans, boom. New roaster view. All right, so this should, name should also have a default value. Quote, quote. We should be good now. There we go. So text field here, what is our string is going to be roaster name. And then we'll go to new roaster dot name. Website. Oh, because it can't be nil. What did I do here? Did I just not make it nil? Probably did not just make it nil. Oh, wait, make it optional. I made it to where it was a string. I like the idea of it being optional though. So if I want to keep this optional, I could have a new variable here just called website. And we'll just watch the website. And then can I do something like this? So when website changes, we can do new roaster dot website equals website. If website dot count dot is empty equals false. Else new roaster dot website equals nil. Let's see. Cannot. Nope. Okay, so I wonder. Let's put in a section here. We're gonna do this in a debug view because I just want to. It's gonna be a section that just prints off like what the user has been inputting. So again, it's really just a debug type section here. New roaster dot. All right, so in theory we could do test. We can't do test because it's not going to let me right now. Awesome. Let's go run this in a simulator. But first, again, because we're dealing with structs and different packages, we need to do that. We need to have a public initializer, which they have default values for, so I don't actually have to put anything inside the initializer, which is fine. I am going to do this really haphazardly. And I really just want to do... Let's go into tabs. Okay, let's add a roaster. roaster. I guess this isn't really haphazardly. I'm just not thinking of where this is going to live. Yet. App view. Yeah, there actually was no label in here. Where did that go? I'm guessing I did something weird with the rebase. Awesome. Roasters, models. App core needs to also depend on roasters to get that info in. I know, there's no label, which... Let's see, let's go to code. I'm really confused what I did here to make this not work right, but it's fine. I'm just gonna go copy and paste this out. And then let's add these. Roast. Fire. Sure. I think that should do it. I think that should add in the label icon, and I can then go run the app and we can see how that, if that did set's working right. I know my rings are weird. It's fine. Roasters. Slow test. Alright, so it looks like the did set's not firing. Cool. So that idea went away of where I can just do it automatically. I guess we could do an on change here. That seems so, like on change of website. If new value dot is empty equals false. New roaster dot website equals new value. Else new roaster dot website equals nil. And I don't use the old value, so it's fine. Let's try again. I probably... And I don't know if I'm just doing the did set wrong, which is totally possible. But that was just an idea to always keep the website in sync with the new roaster website, was to try to do a did set, but I know that state is weird sometimes. All right, so I think that'll work. And that way, so by having this just always replicate, having this here, the on change of in the website, let's just see what happens if I empty it out. Great. Then I can keep, I don't have to worry about like making sure it happens on save. I can literally just save it to the database and not worry about them being the same. Like not worrying about them being out of sync. Cool. Here's the question though. So when you go to add a roaster, I always imagine that if I'm adding a roaster, I would probably only add it as I'm adding a bean. So like there's no reason to add like a Starbucks without a Starbucks. like without like Starbucks roaster without there being like the Veranda blend already, the bean in there. So I don't think we need an option to like add the bean in here yet. At some point I want to add a photo, like ability for photos. I probably shouldn't ship to do. I mean, I shouldn't add in to do's here. So what I would imagine happen is when you hit plus to add a new bean, there's going to be like a roaster like picker here. And then that picker will have an option to add a new, add new roaster, open the new roaster form, and then it'll associate that roaster with this bean. I think that's the way to do it. All right, I think that's what we're gonna do. So the next step, now that I have the roaster form, like the basic roaster form, is, well, we still need to add a title here, actually. Hold on. Sorry, I did not plan this very well today. We'll just add in a title.toolbar. Cool. All right, so in new roaster here, great. Let's go into bean view. Actually, sweet. So when I commit, you'll see a couple of things happen. There's a format changes script that I have in here, and that's gonna and that will run Swift format to actually go and, so there's a format changes file. It runs Swift format to go and format all the files that I've actually only touched in that commit. And then there's a commit lint, which goes and makes sure that my commits are in the conventional commit format. Just that, I don't know, I like consistency. I am being a little bit more, again, if people wanted to work on this, they could, and have to follow my standards that I put in place, basically. If they run a hook. So I have it set up as like a Git hook. Yeah, super handy. It helps my code just look uniform, which is nice. Yeah, definitely. I probably spend too much time on the tooling sometimes, but I like it in the end. It makes me happy. All right, let's go to beans here. So let's add a section. Header, text, roaster. I don't even know if we'll actually need the header. I don't think we will. So first off, we need to get a list of the roasters to select here in the picker. So let's put in a text. I just don't want it to yell at me yet. Beans needs to depend on roaster. There we go. Oh, maybe it doesn't actually. Yeah, it does. But we would need to get all the roasters available. Cool. And then we need a state variable to hold the spot in the picker. So let's do selected roaster equals 0. So we're going to hold the index, because what we want to do is if the selection is like more than the roaster, and I think it needs to be an int, we need to open up that new form to add the roaster, basically. Yeah, I think that's right. Roaster, bling, selected roaster. For each roasters, roaster in text roaster.name. I mean, to give it a tag. Let's do dot enumerated ID. Let's do dot enumerated so I can get the index. Value type. Oh, this is, hold on. For each on enumerated value. It's been a while since I've done this. SwiftUI. How to use dot enumerated in a SwiftUI view. Oh, so we can just do this. Dot 0. But I think it's gonna get upset. Nope. That's what we need. And then index. Is that right? It'll get upset at me if it's not. Let's see. If you get in the habit of using enumerated, you may one day end up with fatal error, index out of bounds exceptions. Not all collections have zero-based indexes. A better idea is to use zip. I mean, I guess I get that. Trying to think of a better way to do this then, to build in like the future stuff. But does it really matter? I don't know if it does, to be honest. For each array slice element. I mean, apparently it does matter. Enumerated backslash dot element. I like this idea, but I don't know if it's the right idea. I'm reading it a bit more. Let's see.
right? Now,
No, please don't talk to me today. If you specify is fine to use since you are using a zero-based index array. However, relying on enumerated all the time can lead to non-obvious answers. Yeah, but now it looks... Oh, I have to turn it into an array. That was my issue. Cool. And then we can put offset here. And then we can do text, new roaster, tag is going to be a roaster.count plus, it should just be .count because this should start at 0. Cool. All right, so basically I googled how to use enumerated in the for each in SwiftUI. Kind of blank on it. I always forget to wrap it as an array first. And I'm like, why doesn't it work? And it takes me a couple minutes to realize, oh, I need to wrap it as an array. And then what I did, and that Stack Overflow was really interesting because you can have things that don't start at 0 base, and then that's like collections in Swift, and then that's where there's issues using enumerated. In this case, I know I'm using an array. It'll always be an array of something, and I'm enumerating over that. So that's why we're going to just go with it. And I don't think I don't think it's worth it to basically to go the harder route yet. For what I want to do, especially at this point where I'm just trying to get it working correctly. If this becomes an issue, we can go back and revisit it later, and there'll be a new stream about it. But I'm just weighing the cost of doing it right versus just getting it done right now. Cool. So with that being said, we also want to do at state private var show new roaster value so that it can bring up the sheet to show a new roaster. Yeah. We're going to do that whole on change thing that we did before. The on change of. Let's do selected roaster. If new value equals roasters.count. Then we want to do show new roaster equals true. And then we can do a dot sheet is presented based on the show new roaster. And put in that new roaster view. So if we choose new roaster, it opens up that sheet. So we have Stumptown Coffee, cool. Or you can choose new roaster and it's gonna open up that new sheet there. So there's a couple things to do in this case now to this new roaster view. Let's put it inside a navigation stack to begin with. Sweet, now we get that new roaster at the top. Things that I did not do here that I should have done is put in a toolbar. Let's wrap this in a navigation stack inside the preview. Let's add in a toolbar item, placement dot leading And that's going to be a button. And we need to dismiss the sheet. So we're going to do environment \dismiss var dismiss. Yeah, that looks right. And this is going to just be a cancel. Cool. I'm going to pause here real quick. I need to stand up and get my stand hour. I will be right back in about a minute or two. And then we'll do the save button and then get this hooking up and talking between the two sheets. Haha, I was muted. I was asking how the GitHub Copilot stuff has been because I haven't had a lot of experience with it. That's like their AI, right? Or is that their yeah, it's their pair programmer. I haven't like I said, I haven't actually like seen it myself, done it myself. Yeah, we don't at work. I just haven't had a, whoops, this one. There you go. Yeah, at work we don't use it, and I don't do much with I don't do much outside of Xcode now lately. So it's been a little bit of I haven't actually used a lot of the AI stuff. I have used AI like Chat GPT for a couple like content related things, like, hey, take this YouTube video script and like turn it into a blog post, stuff like that. And it's pretty neat in that case. And then I've also used it to convert some like JavaScript, TypeScript examples to like a Swift based example, which again is also really nice, just to get an idea of how to do something. All right, let's head back. I am curious like how this is going though. I used ChatGPT the other day actually to try to figure out when the last time a Good Friday was on my wife's birthday. And the answer it gave me at first was, so what year? So I asked, when was the last year my wife's birthday was on Good Friday? And at first it was like, hey, I can't give this answer because you're talking about the election. And I was like, nothing I asked mentioned the election. So that's really odd that you're like, whatever training set you were on, like worked for the two of them, like put those two together. And then number two, so like that was really odd. So then I was just like, I didn't ask about the election. And it was like, okay, that's cool. Then yeah, the last time was in some year. And I was like, oh great, awesome. Thank you for letting me have this info. But yeah. It was an interesting interaction. That was like the first time that I've been told like, no, I can't give you an answer via ChatGPT. You use it via Bing, but you found Copilot to be a bit better at your programming stuff. That makes sense. I feel like since it's like contained inside VS Code, it can start seeing what you're doing and stuff, and it's more targeted. So that makes sense to me. Ugh. All right, where are we now? We have cancel here. I actually do want to do a var save function. You can send content. You can send context text, which really makes it even. Yeah, the more context like ChatGPT has, or like Copilot or AI has, like it totally helps. Is that right? So I totally get that. This is actually what I wanted. I think I need to do @escaping. I could be wrong. Yeah, eventually Apple will build something into Xcode. I don't think you're wrong there. But they might focus on making the phones have local AI on them first. Yeah, I agree with all of that. I think it's just a matter of a waiting game, basically. Or waiting for someone to just try to do it with the Xcode build plugins, which is hard. Not hard, but it's just not the same, right? Self.save equals save. I might have written that wrong, so don't. Oh, and then I forgot to do this. Cool. So this is gonna be the save function to get that roaster that's made back out into the form above, into the view that it gets called in. And we're gonna do the exact same thing here. Duplicate this top bar trailing. We're gonna call that save. Save blue. Actually, I guess it would be accent. Color dot accent color. What's wrong here? I don't understand. But it does conform. Like, this is a toolbar item. Hello. Why is that toolbar item being weird? Oh, does it need self.save? Nope. It really didn't like it now, like doing the save. That is weird. We can let that tint to just be whatever the accent color by default. Weird. Let's see. It requires build expressions to conform to view, which they obviously do. Save roaster. I'm curious if I can, it's missing the argument is what that error was. Oh, that was weird. Okay, so because I didn't have, so this error here where it says static build expression requires toolbar item some view conform to view. This is like, this actually isn't telling me what the error is, because the real error is that this is missing the parameter. So it was looking for the roaster parameter, which is obviously here in the call site, and then it makes it go away and everything's fine. And if I click save there and I go to previews, we get the run option. There's nothing to cancel out. Great. So let's go here. We're gonna put these as a state value to hold on to. Dot append to roaster, and then selected roaster would equal well, selected roaster would still equal roasters.count because that would put it at the last one, right? Oh, and then we'll want to show new roaster equals false. Close it. Close the sheet. Must belong to one target in the current scheme to use. Okay, so that's actually useful because I'm in the wrong scheme here. So let's see. Cool. And it has that empty roaster right there for me to select. So if I were to go to coffee tracker and run it. Let's see if it's going to work how I want it to work. What are we missing? Oh. Actually, we don't need this here. It was never intended to be in there, actually. So if I add a new roaster, test, AJ Wilson, AJ. Wow. Spelling my own name wrong. Save. Cool. Test is there. Slash test. Sweet. We have, it gets added. Obviously I can't, it's not stored anywhere else. So seeing that roaster isn't there, which is fine. Let's see. I think that there was something we could so it looks like that form is working. It's showing as it should. Let's go clean up. I don't need the debug view anymore. And I do want to change this to presentation to tense, dot medium, and then dot large. So it could scroll up if you have like a really high, like, I could scroll up if there's a very high text size. That's what I was looking for. Wow. Cool. And if I hit cancel, it's just there. But it doesn't open it. So let's do... Let's do an on dismiss here. And we'll change the selected roaster equals 0, which also should not be the case, equals -1. I think it'll get upset, but that's all right. So we want to equal -1, so there's no like default roaster. I could also see someone like wanting to add a bean, like a bean without a roaster, so it's going to be upset, like, hey, there's no associated value. Is invalid, does not have an associated tag. This will give undefined results. That's okay. Select roaster dot tag -1. That should fix this actually. Yeah. Can I do a tint? Ah, no, you cannot put a tint in here, but that's fine. Okay. The only thing this doesn't actually do is add the roaster to the bean. Let's just make a... roaster, and then the init. Roaster equals nil, self dot roaster equals roaster. And we can also even just put this here, dot mock. Oops, equals roaster dot mock. Oh, is it upset because of something? Lunchtime lurks. All right, Bit. Thank you so much. Appreciate the lurking. I am guessing this is creating a circular reference because, oh, thank you for the cheers, and with the corgi cheers also. I appreciate it. Woo! Oh, I should add that somehow to the alerts. Can I do that real quick? Let's see. Oh, I don't know if I'll figure out how to get alerts back into this as well. Things are all over the place, but thank you. I appreciate the bits. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, I'm guessing we're getting the circular reference because a roaster is dependent on beans. So maybe this isn't the right idea. Let's call this roaster ID. And then self.roaster ID equals roaster.id. Or nil. Is it still going to create that circular reference? Sure does. I guess it really just needs to have one or the other. This is just really... Could I do roaster.mock? I just want that like ID to be the same. Okay, well, this is going to completely throw off my plan of continuing to mock this without. Let's just discard that. I mean, it doesn't throw off all of it, but we are, I'm gonna need to figure something out here. Because, like, we should be able to get both of them in here. Maybe I don't hold the beans here, actually. And I just put the bean in here. So let's do roaster. Alright, so I think this probably makes the most sense, and I know that doesn't conform to equatable because roaster doesn't conform to equatable. Candidate would match if bean conformed to equatable. It says it conforms to equatable. And now beans conforms to equatable. Okay. It's just being confused, I guess. It was just confused. That's fine. Alright. So I can say we can add this as another commit. with the ability to show new bean form, a new roaster form from bean view. Sweet. All right. Let's do... So the next thing would be to get this bean detail view to actually show the roaster information now. This is the part that I just don't have planned. This is more of the part that I don't have planned. I don't think. Let's see. No, I don't have anything for this planned. Cool. Let's put in a, so this is just on the fly design. If y'all have ideas, please let me know on how this like hierarchy should go. I feel like the visit website should actually probably live near the bottom, if not like at the very bottom always. And the roaster should probably just like honestly live. So we have the Holler Mountain as like a view here. I'll scroll up there. What if we just did this? Let's grab the roaster first. Roaster dot name. I actually kind of want to do something like this. Hold on. Where we don't have like a row background. So it kind of just exists here. But I don't want the inset to happen. So let's do spacing dot 0. List row insets dot none. Huh. I don't think this is working how I wanted it to, at least. Definitely don't want just the headline in there. I am kind of, I'm design and build at the same time. It's like a great little thing here. I'm thinking that I don't know. Let's go see if we can find anything. Dribble is always a great place for inspiration. I'm not digging the design, so I need to go figure out my thought of design right now. Detail card app. I don't know. Let's see if we do. Coffee detail app. It's always for like ordering coffee, right? I'm not like the biggest fan of ordering coffee, but like maybe there'll be something in here. Or maybe not. What's this? What if it doesn't go in a list? Like, what if it's just a scroll view? Then we don't even need to worry about that. Get rid of the section too. Because it's not necessary to have sections in here. Let's do alignment, leading, great. Change this into a VStack, alignment, leading as well. What if we dot with nope. All right, well, that's fun. All right, we'll figure that, whoops, part out in a moment. And then let's put in the content margin scrolling, dot content margins, 20? Yeah. That's enough, at least. Can I like hide the navigation title until I scroll? It inherits the display mode from the previous. That's not. Let's see. I was just curious. Title, display mode, dot. What's inline large? Huh. Still not quite what I want, but interesting. Okay. Anyway, I am messing around with that stuff that doesn't necessarily need it. I'm still not like totally sold on what that's gonna look like. And let's add in spacing of see. At least to start with. I'm gonna call this we're getting the name. Like, that's it. At some point, we're going to want to hyperlink from that name to like somewhere else, like to the roaster detail view. I am gonna mark that as a to-do though. Link to a detail view of the roaster. Okay, cool. Let's add that. Git add dot git commit dash m feature show roaster on bean detail. Let's get that PR going. All right, so that's gonna do its thing. That should validate the title pretty quickly. What else was I gonna do today? Oh, cool. So I guess that actually is what I was going to do today. There's not much more. Something that I really do need to consider at some point though is storing the data, which like if y'all have opinions on where I should store data and such, like how I should store data, please like let me know. Drop a comment in the GitHub discussion. I'd be super down to hear what people have to think about it. I've thought about Swift data and core data a lot. Those are usually my go-tos, just from a like ease of use, built into the platform pretty easily, especially with SwiftUI. I've never built anything in Swift data, so that would be something that like it'd be something new and exciting to try. The only thing is I would need to figure out photo storage if I don't want to eat into the user's CloudKit space. So my idea at some point is that there would be like the photo of the beans behind here. The roaster would also be able to have a photo, stuff like that. But obviously we haven't built that out yet. So I would need to figure that photo storage situation out. If I use Swift data or core data, that's going to be a like that will eat into the user's private like iCloud, the iCloud space that they pay for. So the user doesn't pay for CloudKit, for iCloud. And once they hit that 5 gigabytes of free space from Apple, then it's going to like they won't be able to use the feature then. I've looked into third-party solutions, so like Firebase, Supabase, stuff like that. Firebase is a very big, heavy dependency. I then have to worry about setting up like my own user management and stuff like that with any of these. The issue with the third-party solution is they will eventually cost. I guess either solution is going to cost money if I don't want to worry about the user's CloudKit storage. So I'll have to front some kind of money support there. I think if I could get this going, I could then dive into I need to figure this part out. I was trying to keep this like pretty low cost to no cost for the users. So like $0 for all of these things. But I could also think about like, if you're going to add photos, like, hey, it's going to be X amount of money, either one-time fee or pay per month, whatever. And in that case, like, I feel like that'd be okay. If most of the features are free, but then you get like, you can unlock certain features. Once I figure out the database situation, I can probably start figuring out like data persistence and a little bit more of like the design on how I want to design things to interact. So I can figure out like interacting with the database and such like that. yeah, so I don't know if y'all have thoughts, please like let me know. I'd be super happy to hear them. If yeah, and with that being said, that's all I got for today. I'm gonna leave on that note for asking for thoughts, unless y'all start having thoughts. Ideas are going everywhere. But yeah, so with that being said, I will catch y'all in a couple weeks, and bye everyone.